Hi, I'm gonna cook dinner now because I'm waiting to see what happened with the government shutdown today. And I'm editing the video that I worked on last night and today. So before I post that, I thought I'd come down and get dinner started and talk about things I wanted to talk about anyway while I get some dinner cooked here. Today I'm making meat sauce if you care. So first I'm just gonna fry up my chopped meat. I know this is a cooking show / live update. Because my chopped meat I didn't totally defrost from the freezer, I'm gonna have to do what I used to do when I was younger at my friend's house. We used to take the chopped meat out, break off the little pieces off the ends that defrosted already, and then the part that's like frozen in the middle, we're just gonna crumble up as much as possible so we can get that cooked evenly across the board. And I'm gonna cook it slow because I'm not like in a big rush and I haven't seasoned it yet with salt and pepper. So before I cook the meat, I like the salt and pepper on the meat, and then I'll season the sauce. I'll tell you when I get there. So again, I'm waiting on what happened today at the meeting. I'll be back in 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that. And I just got this new water pick and I freaking love it, y'all. My hygienist told me about it because I don't like to floss. Check this out. They don't even know I don't floss, but I don't like to floss, and I admit it every time I go there. And my latest hygienist, I love her, she said, try the water pick one. You could actually use it in the shower if you want, because it goes all over the place until you get used to it. So it comes with a tongue cleaner, y'all, which is so hysterical. So I just use it because I just drank some coffee, and my tongue had some coffee on it. So excuse me for keep cleaning my breath, because it's only the second time I've used the tongue cleaner. So while my meat's heating up, I do have to still chop up some shallots and garlic. While I'm waiting for the meat though, I wanted to go over a few points here. Was one, let's all remember, folks, that Laura Loomer, 2 days before Charlie Kirk was shot, Laura Loomer had a post that was deleted immediately after he was killed horrifically. Let's not forget that the man and Laura Loomer says horrific things that really promotes violence in this country, the way they talk about other people that aren't like them or do not share the same beliefs. And I think that's why all this is going on. Well, it doesn't help what's going on. So Laura Loomer posted on Monday, Wednesday, Charlie got shot and died. She had posted, and I have a copy of it in my computer, that he is no longer in Trump's group. I wish I could quote it word to word like I did the first time in the video. But I wanted to remind everybody, and for those who didn't know it, because a lot of people I've met did not know she even posted it. So yes, she posted that 2 days before, that he was no longer in the good, I'm paraphrasing, no longer, she said it worse, of course, because it was her words, he's no longer in Trump's good graces. And then 2 days later, he was shot. Okay. So I'm not going to go into all that. Everybody's talking about how he was shot, who shot him, and all this other stuff. It runs really deep, who knows how deep. And let's get refocused on the country for us, those of us that are still here. Because those of us that are still here, it's horrible. Have you seen the latest videos coming out of Chicago of what ICE is doing to people in Chicago, what ICE is continually doing in LA, what they're doing to people in DC, And nobody cares in the admin. They just get more violent and more violent. And now they're assigned to go to Portland, Oregon. And the president posted they have they can display full power if they want to, which basically means they could start shooting people. Like already they're shooting people with pepper balls, I think they call them, but now he said they have the full authority to use their full authority and their force. Okay, so that's pretty scary, y'all, and I hope it doesn't come to that, but I just wish we could stop everything now. I can't even watch these videos anymore. It's horrific that this is my country, this is the country we live in, and the scenes that are going on while people are working and are blind to this, it's just, I can't believe it's us, y'all. I just can't believe it. Okay, another thing that came up today was Marjorie Taylor Greene, MTG, I think she goes by, for that don't want to say that. She, I saw a post, she's been posting a lot. She will not take her name off the Epstein's the Epstein Files committee at the White House. She will not remove her name as a Republican, which means she counts as a vote to release all the files. And because of this, she's posting, I am not thinking about committing suicide. Who posts that? I mean, Virginia Giuffre, she committed suicide, which I personally don't believe is the truth. Just this year in April, after hearing her and the girls say how bad they were threatened. And now for Marjorie Taylor Greene to come out and say her mindset, there's no way she would commit suicide right now. Just so we can see that how I would say she's probably scared for her life, that she might be showed up as committing suicide soon, just like Jeffrey Epstein did, just like his partner in France did, the one that was already in jail. And I no way with Marjorie about anything except the Epstein Files and the victims, where she stands. Of course, she's also saying, after 4 years of the Democrats in office, they could have did it too. Well, we were busy working, and it was the Republicans that really wanted the files out. The Democrats, I didn't even know all this shit. Not that it's shit, I didn't even know this stuff was going on, really. I heard it somewhere down during COVID, but I just had no idea. All I heard was about Bill Clinton, and Epstein. But now I know what it's all about, and I'm obviously all for the women. I'm always all for the women. So, yeah. What else is new today? Oh, we've had 4 mass shootings within 24 hours, I believe. It's being announced right now. I mean, I got home from Texas Friday night, Saturday night. Well, I was doing some editing. Some people, a drive-by boater opened fire over here in North Carolina on the coast in a little town called Southport, and he killed 3 people at least and injured 8 more. And he just opened fire on a bar on the docks. So just picture how crowded a Saturday night is. Michigan, another veteran in his 40s, white, also attacked a Mormon church. Horrible, horrible news. I don't have all the stats on that in front of me while I'm cooking, especially because my meat is done. I'm gonna get some olive oil in my saucepan now, because I'm gonna make the sauce. And this is an old bottle we had that happened to match everything in my kitchen in my house. So we used it, and then we put our olive oil in there. And I bought this drizzle tip, I don't remember where, and now I just drizzle my olive oil in there. Okay, let's move on while I get the shallots and the garlic. I used to use onions, now I use shallots. All right. Garlic, fresh garlic, one fresh shallot. I'm gonna put these down here and chop them up while I still talk to you. Let's get my favorite knife and my best garlic knife and a cutting board. All right, so like I said, I'm waiting for the information on the government shutdown at 5 o'clock because they're shutting it down October 1st, which is Wednesday so far. And the Republicans have told the Congress not even to come to work today and tomorrow. But apparently Trump's meeting with the 4 major people of the House, which is Maga Mike, Jeffries, and what is this name on the Schumer? Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen with those guys. They're big balls of dough. You just poke them and they poke. I hope they stand up for us this time, and I get the feeling from people that usually get shut down this time of the year or even closer to Christmas that they don't care if there is a shutdown at this time because they've already ruined all the government agencies. They've already let thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people go. And they have saved no money doing this. They have lost a lot of lives doing this. And they go to work tormented every day mentally because they don't know what's going on. They don't know if they're going to have their job the next day. So also, if the government shuts down, they're saying if the Democrats let it shut down without doing what they want, that a lot of government employees will also lose their jobs now. More people will lose their jobs. That sounds wonderful for the economy, don't you think so? Just think about all the people that used to feed all the government employees, all the contractors that the government uses. All those people were laid off also. People don't realize how other human beings are affected by every human being that is forced out of their job. They're human beings, they have families, they have young kids, they have older kids. It doesn't matter if they have kids. Both of them could work for the government, and then they're really in trouble. I mean, just going to work is whiplash for these people. And it's really, I can't wait to see the big lawsuit that goes on Trump from these workers, because it is not doing them well, what they have to put up with at work from when Elon Musk was first there and just barreling through and saying, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. You have to give me 5 bullet points every day of what you do for work here and every week. It's just insanity, on all in the name of saving money, which sure, they fired a whole bunch of people, like I think 280,000, and they didn't save money because of the laws in place. They still had to pay them back pay, or continue to pay them until this month sometime at least. That's just some of the people. So they're not saving money. They've actually paid out a lot of money for no work. And I don't know like hundreds of people, but I know quite a few people. For instance, somebody that was a graduate from one of the great local colleges from here. We have a lot of great world-renowned colleges here in North Carolina. Somebody graduated from there, got a job at the USDA, was an intern, had the rest of her life set, and then she got let go because she was an intern. And you know, people going, oh, who cares, they're interns. She had a job, she did really well at what she does, and now she has no job. And sure, the government gave her back pay, which wasn't saving money for the government, but you know, she was offered to go back and she didn't even know if she should go back because she was so tired of the whiplash. Like I said, it's very traumatizing to see people go through this. But she said, okay, I'll go back. And she went back and they sent her home on admin. Sorry, I'm cutting shallots and it doesn't do my eyes justice. Whew. Let me wash my hands. So she took the job, they sent her home on admin, and they paid her again. And now, even if they asked her to go back, which I don't think they have, again, she would not go back. It's not worth the trauma anymore. And I know a lot of people that have gone through trauma because of this, and some of them still work for the government and some of them do not. And that's just one example. So when I hear people say, oh, only the people that are on probation get, no. Those people that are on probation, they're like working there while they're going to school, it's paying their bills. I have so many examples for you. Somebody that just had a baby that has a 2-year-old home with his wife, they don't know how they're gonna pay for childcare anymore. It's just crazy. So, you know, I'm just really surprised the more people that I talk to, like, they don't know or understand or have any heart about what's going on in the world, in our own country, in our own state, in our own city. And I just wish we could stop it today. It's just crazy. Just a minute while okay, I just chopped onions. I mean the shallots. Don't ask me why we switched to shallots. I'm sorry, and the garlic. Okay, so I'm waiting for the news on the government shutdown on that. So I've heated the oil. I'm gonna put the shallots and garlic in and make my sauce, and then put my meat sauce, my meat in there to make it meat sauce. Yummy! By the way, to cut up my garlic and onions together. What a time saver. Yes, I've been a housewife for over 30 years, and you know, I cooked 5 days a week for almost 25 of them, maybe more, maybe less, I don't know, it doesn't matter, but you learn a lot about life. And you know, you could be a Democrat and be a housewife. Don't think you have to marry a Republican and get lied to and treated like shit to be a housewife, because I am married to a Democratic man. I wish he was the first man I ever met on Long Island, because nobody ever treated me with unconditional love and respect that every human deserves, because other people that I grew up do not feel the same way. So you can be a housewife and be a Democrat at the same time and love all of humanity. Don't let anyone tell you different. Okay, I just have to get my fat can, because I always drain the meat of the fat can. So make sure the onions don't go on fire. Okay, I'm back. This is my fat can. It's really my Daisy sour cream. I hope there's room, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna drain the fat from the meat as I go on with the next stove. I shut this off so the oil wouldn't start a fire. Good thing. So I'll heat that up. Okay, where was I? Draining the fat. First of all, I've got to get this shallot stuff out of my eyes, because I don't know if what that means, but I always tear up. Okay, I'm gonna drain the fat and get back to talking. Okay, that's enough. Whew, onions. All right, that's enough on that fat can. Looks like it's full for next time. Another thing I wanted to talk about today was Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell. Tying into Marjorie Taylor Greene, remaining on the White House list that wants all the Epstein Files still released. The Alaskan woman that we've seen in the news, Lisa Murkowski, remember she almost didn't vote for the big ugly bill, and then she does. And then we see her come out of the Epstein Files when the women, the victims, were in the White House talking to whoever wanted to talk, you know, from Congress and Senate to them. She came out crying. I mean, there was definitely some history, but I didn't realize this was the history. She apparently has history with Ghislaine and her now husband. Ghislaine Maxwell's married. Yeah, I didn't know that. And they have, they've been on stage together. Ghislaine, her husband, and this senator from Alaska who's Republican, Lisa Murkowski, that ended up not voting to have the Epstein Files released and voting to push the big ugly bill through. So they have a lot of money and history that I'm not even going to get into right now while I'm cooking. So now we know why she changed her mind, and now we know why she came out of watching the, after seeing and speaking with the victims, she was hysterical. So, let's see. Oh, another thing, an Arizona, somebody who just won in like a landslide in Arizona, a congresswoman, she's supposed to be sworn in today, Monday, if today's still Monday when you see this, and she's not allowed to come in to be sworn in today. You know why? Because she's going to be the 218th vote that the White House needs to get the Epstein Files released. Yeah, that's fucked up, y'all. That is fucked up. They're not swearing her in today because she's the 218th vote that they need. But 2 weeks ago, they swore in someone else who wasn't even confirmed to have completely won. They still had to go through everything because it was a close call. They swore that person in 2 weeks ago, but apparently it's changed in the last 14 days. Even though she won by a landslide and it's not being contested, she cannot be sworn in today. Oh, how appropriate, since they said don't come in to work today and tomorrow, and then Wednesday the government shut down. Something else to be kept on. Again, that's the Arizona congresswoman that was just won the state by a landslide. Woo! My shallots and my garlic are burning. Yeah, this is the first time I'm cooking and vlogging at the same time. Oh, but that's good, y'all. That's gonna taste like jams. I wish you were here to smell it. So I'm gonna take it off the stove, lower it a little, and then I'm gonna cut back. This is my, this is what my grandmother used to use. I love it. I use the finely chopped tomatoes. I know you say, Dawn, why don't you just buy a jar of sauce and put it over your spaghetti? That's another long story we could talk about some other time. I wish I could. So I just usually cut these palmies open. Yeah, my grandmother used these. There's a few kinds, and this latest kind that's come out, I wish she was here to taste them, is the finely chopped tomatoes. I'm 100% Italian. I'm third generation American. My great grandmother came here. So my grandmother was the first one to be born here in America. My great grandmother and grandfather came here for a better life for us. And I'd like to believe that's true, and that's why I feel so deeply, one of the reasons why I feel so deeply that anybody, that's always what the United States stood for, is the land of the free and the home of the brave, and that's where you could have all your dreams come true. That's where all our great-grandparents or grandparents and so on ancestry has come from, somewhere else. Yeah, so I'm 100% Italian, but I'm the third generation that's been born here in the United States. So that makes me a citizen by far, but who knows these days? Knock wood. Okay, what else did I want to say? Well, I start seasoning my sauce with this old Tupperware salt container. I like to do the whole surface. This giant pepper thing that I have right now, I don't know how it got in the house, but it did. I have to be really careful with it, otherwise I could over pepper my stuff. I'm gonna put some fresh basil from our garden in here that I keep in the freezer so I don't have to go out today, it's raining. Okay, something else I wanted to go over today while I'm cooking. Steve Bannon. Oh, other people, the Washington Post, I don't want to say the Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal. Oh no, the Epstein estate keeps letting out more and more stuff. Don't quote me, y'all. Again, I'm cooking, so, but you could, my footnotes, forget my footnotes on that one, because I forgot what the fact was, where it came from, but it is a fact. So, and I'm sure you heard it, if you haven't heard it already, that other people that were found in the Epstein Files now is Elon Musk. I'm going to go with him first, because everybody knows who Elon Musk is. If you don't by now, you must live in a shelter underground, and I don't blame you. But I'm gonna put some oregano in. So Elon Musk had an appointment, I think they're saying, to go to the island. We don't know if he went to the island yet, but he was going to the island of pedophiles, y'all. Of course he was. I'm not surprised by that. I'm just so glad it's written down somewhere. Also, Steve Bannon, who's another crazy guy. I mean, 1 year earlier than now, he was in the White House. He was a White House official until he found out, a senior White House official, and he fell out of good graces with Trump. If you listen to Michael Wolff, who was Trump and Epstein's biographer and other people, you could get a feel of Steve Bannon, another billionaire. Elon Musk, billionaire, richest man in the world. I mean, it's hard for me to even say that. How does that happen? Peter Thiel, who is a massive donor for Trump. He was for J.D. Vance. They wouldn't even be there with all that massive money, and also for a lot of the Republicans. And Bill Gates. Now we know why his wife left him. I didn't need a reason, like I said. Women, yeah, I'll keep that out of the thing right now. So Bill Gates also is officially in the new documents that were released. Take a breath, Dawn. Yeah, that's kind of about it about what I want to talk about. I did want to say one thing. I just got back from Texas most recently, and I noticed there wasn't many trucks. I think I saw 2, to be honest with you, and I was shocked. I was like, where are the trucks and cowboys? And then I heard today on the Midas Touch Network that the Dallas truck manufacturers are actually doing so bad. Not Dallas or Texas, the manufacturing is down so low. And again, I'm an intuition girl. If you listen to what I say, I sometimes I don't even know that I know something. I know that's weird, but like I was there, I noticed, this is a good example, that I only saw 1 or 2 trucks. And one of the giant trucks I saw, actually had to go find the owner because they were kind of blocking our car at the coffee place. So I went in, it was a Yemen coffee, and I went in and said, who owns that big blue truck outside? And the man that stood up was definitely, you know, he was beautiful, he was in a skirt, he was definitely from another country, his heritage was, and he was like, oh sure, I'm so sorry. Which I was glad, because I was scared it was going to be an angry truck owner that would just go off on me and say, I'll be the fucking right out there, or pull a gun on me. So I was glad it was a loving person. And then I go and hear how truck sales are collapsing. So I'm just in shock. That's an indication of recession, by the way. And the Dallas Manufacturing Index of manufacturing and construction is down. So like I said, I just know things sometimes, but because I'm not like an analytical person, I don't know what the facts are until I search for them and they're given to me. So my sauce is done. I'm gonna, while I let this sit and cook until dinner time, it's 5 o'clock. My guys get home anytime between 5 and 6. So I'm going to pick out a pasta, maybe an angel hair, maybe a ziti, and that's what we're going to have tonight for dinner. If I was younger, I would have cooked homemade bread to go with it to really get full, but because I love doing what I'm doing right now, I'd rather not cook so much and stay on the healthy side. So thanks for putting up with me while I was cooking. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you want to tell me something you do with your meat sauce. That's it. Mwah! Chef's kiss on your news update for Monday, September 29th? Yes, 2025. Bye.